of the famous Rabbanim of yesteryear. We are in the country of Italy. Marks the Hilula of a great rabbi. His name was Rabbi Aviad, Shalom, Bazila, Zecher Tzadik Libracha. One of the great rabbis from Italy, especially during the 1700s, respectively, and he would become a Rosh Yeshiva there, a great Kabbalist over there, and would have many other different professions also, which really complemented his Torah learning. He was born actually in English year 1680. I'm not too sure the exact date, but passed away in the year 1749. He was around nearly 70 years of age, about 69 years of age. Naturally, that would have been the first day of Sukkot over there. He was a rabbi also of Manitoba. Let's explore a few of the highlights of the great rabbi's life. So he was born in Manitoba. This is a very, very popular area. This was in that specific day for the Jewish community over there. His father's name was Rabbi Menachem Shimshon Bazila, who happened, I think, to be the rabbi of the city, respectively. Very, very prominent position. So he got to see firsthand a great rabbinic life. He would actually learn under the auspices of, I believe, his father, and also Rabbi Moshe Schut, who happened, I think, to be a Talmid of Rabbi Benjamin HaKohen Vitali. These are really great rabbis of the highest caliber in Italy during, let's say, some sort of a golden age period. And he actually really, really attached himself to the great Kabbalist Rabbi Yehuda Brid, who we also spoke about before, who was a really, really great rabbi and the exact rabbi in of itself. He would receive rabbinic ordination in the Hebrew year Taf Pei Tet. And while he was young, he would had various different roles, and he was also interested within regards to astronomy. And he was also Mahandes, if I'm not mistaken, as they say over there. It's a person that does various different workings in of itself within regards to dimensions of houses or properties. He wrote various different books also. He wrote various different Torah colossal works also. He always had this phrase, it was reported over, which said, Kol ha-chokhmot lamadati b'meshech 10 shanim, ha-chokhmot ha-talmud ne'ar hayiti gam zkanti v'lo ma'ti ki im shamat manahu. And after, I believe, his father passed away, he would actually take his place, I think, as the head of the yeshiva in Manitoba, which was a very prominent position, and was a rabbi of the vicinity in of itself, the city of itself. He had various different shuvots that he gave and halachot, which he actually rendered in of itself. He actually, I think, received, especially from correspondence of the great rabbis of his specific generation. I think he used very much the famous book called the Pachat Yitzchak, which was of Rabbi Yitzchak Lampornati, who happened to be a very great rabbi. I think this itself was an encyclopedia of halacha, which is very interesting, actually formationed in Italy. And he was appointed in various different other positions. Also, I think his Kabbalah learning was at a very, very preeminent level. And there were other books that would attach to him, including the Emunat Chachamim and the Mitpachat Sfarim, and also a book, I think, called the Yaakov Adin, and various different Hagaot on various different books he would actually wrote in of itself. And he, as we said before, what a great rabbi he actually was. There was the Machaza over there, which was, I'll just explain it now in English because it's good always to learn Ivrit. I think there was the famous play, which was, I think, done by, it was a play, I think, called Machaza, as we say, the Tiftach Aruch. This was of the rabbi of the Ramaz, respectively. And this was printed in Venezia in the year Heitaf Ein Hey, in the year 1715. That would have been, if I'm not mistaken, about 35 years before the time of his passing. He wrote, aside from different books and teachings he did, he dealt with Haga'at in Sfarim, writing notes inside the sides of different Sfarim of great Torah rabbis, and preparing them to be printed, to be published, these great books in of itself. And I think also it would study very, very hardly with regards to code of the Shulchan Aruch, and printed, I think, versions in Manitoba, if I'm not mistaken, and very great rabbinic auspices, I think, between the years Taf Pei Gimel and Taf Pei Dalet. And I think there was also various other printings and publications that he actually was responsible for, if I'm not mistaken. He would proofread different great books. And the Minchat Shai, if I'm not mistaken, was a printing of the Torah, which was, let's say, officially published just before he had passed away. So, friends, he passed away in the year 1749, and he was born actually in English year 1680. So at the time passing, he was about 70 years of age. And I think he was actually buried in Italy also, in Habsburg, Mantua, which is very interesting. So please, wishing you all a great day. Take care and be well.